Hello everyone, TSK here. I'm here to talk about something very, very disturbing to me. I am an activist, lifelong activist. I am not affiliated with any political organization, and I will not be. I am not Republican, I am not Democrat. One thing I covet the most is the people's rights. Specifically, what we're talking about today is the right to protest. People out here protesting. You got these nut jobs out here protesting every day. This new group, ANTIFA, bunch of morons coming out trying to protest pro-communism. They call themselves anti-fascists. They're anti-intelligence. That's what they are. They're idiots. I'll get to them in just a little bit. But what's really, really bothering me the most pertains to something from a few years back. Occupy. The Occupy protest. It was not a politically affiliated protest movement. It had people from all walks of life, all political standards, all coming together for one cause: to end Wall Street's control on politics. Get them out of Washington. Get them out of power. Don't allow them to control the people who work for us so they can work for us. I gotta adjust my camera. Now, this movement was a great one. It was peaceful. There is absolutely no evidence that exists that the Occupy protesters were ever violent. There's a lot of claims, but every time it was always somebody else doing it. There's even one from San Diego or San Francisco, I can't remember which, where it's supposed they met up with supposed anarchists. And a lot of the protesters started tackling them as they were destroying buildings, busting out windows and everything. 3 of those people that were tackled had badges on their belts. Police badges. Okay, so the problem wasn't the Occupy protesters. They were peaceful. I didn't go and join them because I could not sit aside idly and let people be violently attacked. So I was like, hey, I can't be there, but I talk to them online all the time. But it was a great cause, a great movement. It went worldwide. There was almost no countries in the world that lacked an Occupy movement. But the point was the same. The financial district should not control politics of any country, this country or anyone. They need to leave it alone and let the politicians work for the people. That's what their job is to do. What do we have lately? One thing that apparently a lot of people on social media seem to follow is the social media epidemic of Occupy Democrats. Facebook, Twitter, all that. I'm on Twitter, barely. I just started going on there so I could follow some of the stuff that politicians are doing, since the mainstream media won't report the truth no matter what. You got these people claiming Occupy, and they use it for their political affiliation. That's fine. They're going to do that. They're going to do that. It's expected. People are going to do that anyways. But the problem with it is they're putting up posts and all these commentaries, memes, videos, everything, supporting politicians that are owned by Wall Street, using the name Occupy, using the name of something that was completely the opposite of what they're doing. And it's stupid. And anyone who actually buys into that really has no knowledge of what the whole thing is about, apparently, because they're not paying attention to the facts. These people are owned. And when the movement was made to stop that intrusion, and then they're supporting people who are owned by the same people that they're against and using the same name, that's just pure plain stupidity. Nobody needs to be doing that. Nobody needs to be sharing anything about, hey, let's support this person who's a failure, who's owned by the damn Wall Street, and use a name that's against Wall Street owning the politicians. I'm sure I'm not the only person who's figured this out, but I'm going to call it like it is. It is what it is. There is no, oh, I didn't know. No. I mean, look at what Barack Obama did. He goes to Wall Street, gets $400,000 just to speak. And why? Because he was already in their pockets to begin with. So President Trump, he's not the greatest guy. He's definitely not a politician. He's a businessman. He doesn't work for Wall Street. Not anymore. He turned his back on them. His reasons are his. Who knows what they are? He doesn't want. If he doesn't want to share it, he doesn't. If he does, he does. But that's between him and, well, whoever. The fact is, using the name Occupy and then promoting a standard of politics for people who are owned by Wall Street, that's hypocritical and it's plainly stupid. Anyone who thinks, oh yeah, this is a good thing, you're idiots. And then those of you who are being duped just because of political affiliation, it is what it is. Now these people, these Democrats, liberals, they call themselves progressive. Everything they're doing is completely the opposite of progress. They are degressing our country. They're taking actual history and saying, well, it's hurting our feelings, so we got to get rid of it. I hope you people realize the former president, Barry Obama, was very educated in history, and one of the things that he even repeated more than once was one of the most famous quotes about history ever made. If you don't know your past, you will repeat it. So why are they trying to take away parts of history and remove it from people's knowledge? It's like, we don't want people to even remember this. When he himself admits the knowledge that it will repeat, and then you people supported someone like him. Hey, I supported him his first go around. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with any political group. I do believe in progress, though. Progress comes from people working together to make things better. Not all this, oh, we have to worry about everybody's feelings. Your feelings don't mean anything to anybody but you. Somebody hurts your feelings, oh well, get over it. Sorry, I had a long night at work. I'm tired. I originally did this on my phone. Then the video was too large of a file to save, and it ended up being a waste of time. That was not fun. I'll get that figured out. I'll get that taken care of, so I can use my phone for it. But you got to realize, people, these protesters out here now, they don't know what the hell a protest is. Blocking the streets, trying to stop traffic from getting through. Yeah, Occupy people did that. They actually had a certain march on, whatever that bridge is in New York City. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called. And then the police purposely redirected traffic to that bridge from other paths that people would take. They blocked off a lot of side roads, making people in motor vehicles have to take that bridge. And then they went and started arresting people for blocking the traffic. They were blocking the traffic. The blocking traffic charges are legitimate, but it was essentially entrapment no matter how you look at it. But they weren't going out and attacking vehicles that were trying to get through. They weren't trying to bust out windows, hitting them with bats and rocks and bottles and cans like you see these idiots doing out here now. There's these videos of these people up in North Carolina attacking vehicles that are trying to drive through while they're protesting. That's not protesting. That's rioting. Rioting is not protesting. Rioting is not civil dissent. It is a crime, and you should be punished. The leaders of every police department who have told your officers to not take action, you are just as guilty, and you should be punished to the fullest extent of the law for every single act of damage done by any of these people, all put on you. I know your officers there. I know there's officers who have put things up online. Some of them have made it clear they're police officers, but they won't give their identity. And they're coming out talking about how they're being forced to watch this stuff happen and not allowed to do their job and put a stop to it. How stupid is that? There is absolutely no reason for these rioters to be allowed to continue. You got these Black Lives Matter movement. Biggest case to bring up, though, the one that really started the whole thing, Michael Brown. What most people don't understand, what most people don't realize, is when that started, after the murder of Michael Brown, the people were protesting peacefully. They were protesting peacefully. When there was no evidence released to the public that the man had committed any crime in his action, when it was purely believed he went into a store, bought something, went out, was confronted with cops, and they shot him without cause, the people were protesting peacefully. Then evidence came out, video evidence of him going to the store at night selling drugs to a guy, going into the store the next day, grabbing something, walking out, attacking one of the clerks, pulling a knife on him. Then the video of him taking the knife and charging at the police officers when they shot him. When that came out, that's when people started rioting. Sorry, people, but you got it ass backwards. If it was me, I'd be rioting for a person who's innocent being shot. And then stop and be like, okay, whoa, this guy's not innocent, apparently. He actually was guilty. He brought it upon himself. Let's not be stupid anymore. No, you're doing it backwards. You're idiots. You're stupid. There is nothing worth tearing up and destroying a city over. Nothing. You don't like something? Oh well. You don't want people getting in trouble for breaking the law? Tell them don't break the law. Don't do things to get the police to come at you. Yeah, there will be police officers who will do wrong and stop people without cause. Mind you, less than 24 people have actually been innocently killed by the police nationwide in the past decade. Not even a third of that number was black people. So sitting there saying, oh well, They're targeting us. No, they're not. They're not targeting you. They're not targeting anyone. But there's always going to be bad people out there. There's going to be bad people in any profession, including police. It is what it is. You can't help it. All you can do is search them out. Find them. Get rid of them. That's it. There's channels to take for that. Use those channels instead of being an idiot and destroying a bunch of stuff, trying to get yourself thrown in jail, and then blame everybody else. That's another thing. Stop blaming everybody for what you do. But these protesters now you got these ANTIFA, anti-fascists. Their initial point being against fascism. Great. But they call themselves communists. They're out there wearing these expensive Ray-Bans with these nice watches, all these mass amounts of clothing, all of which they got through capitalism, and they're trying to support communism. But no, let's get to the heart of the Antifa movement. It's actually led by college professors. Now, here's what you all need to realize. If you are part of Antifa or support them, here's what you need to understand. These college professors teach these impressionable kids about communism and how great it is and how they should protest for communism. They're hypocrites and they're full of shit. You want proof? Look at their pay scale. If they truly believed in what they're trying to preach to these kids and get these kids to go out and do, they wouldn't be paid anything. They would do it for free and then only take what the government gives them in return for it. The fact that they take thousands of dollars from people to teach per person, yeah, that's brilliant. You teaching these people to be communists are enacting a complete defilement of exactly what communism is. And for anyone who's been stupid enough to fall for it, hey, everyone falls for something. Open your damn eyes. See, you're being used. If you want to be used, go ahead. But when Karl Marx wrote the Communist Manifesto, all this stupid crap that they're filling your head with was not part of his plan. His plan was about peace. That was it. He wrote so much about the world should be at peace. Everyone should be at peace with each other. And y'all aren't being at peace. You're violent. You actually are more fascist than communist, whether you want to realize it or not. You're full of it. If you can hear this, and then you seem to disagree, it just shows that you have no intellect. If you hear this and you really think, oh my God, there might actually be some truth to this, look into it. These people teaching you this, they're getting paid excessive amounts of money of capitalism. They are pillars of everything that you are standing for. And what? You're going to just buy into what they want? Yeah. And who's really funding this Antifa movement? Politicians, bankers, Wall Street. Pretty crazy, huh? But it's true. They are the ones doing it. The Democratic Party is actually very active with Antifa. There are as many Democratic Party affiliates who have been found at Antifa movements. And they say, oh no, we're not affiliated with it. Yeah, you are. Your people are there. You're part of it. The same people that were up on stage during the campaigning for presidency with Hillary Clinton. Same ones that were up on stage with Obama. They're part of this. And why? Because that's what they want. They want control. They want dominance. Why do you think they're trying so hard to trample people's rights? Because they want total control. Never going to happen. And go ahead and try. But it's not going to work. Not in this country. So, I'm tired. I'm going to have to get some sleep soon. I was much more energetic whenever I did this on my phone. But, like I said, that file ended up being too large to save. And that sucks. But the point's still the same. Everything, every little thing you do in protest is to be scrutinized. But once you start rioting, you are not protesting. This Occupy Democrats, social media, drop the Occupy name or be slandered for the fact that you're traitors to the cause. And slandering will happen a lot. That is your daily dose of the truth.